Welcome to a special episode of Doctor Who The Unwokening. It seems that a flood of neo-progressives have found this channel. In one night, the views jumped by over 200, so thank you. My bionic parts needed the lubrication that your bitter tears provided. However, being self-absorbed leftists, they needed to let everyone know just how they felt. And they posted their comments compulsively. In this special episode, we're going to take a look at a glimpse into the vacuous mind of a woke Who fan as I respond to the comments in the first.
You've got mail.
Our first comment comes from Reflex IW, who says,
"Is this bait? I feel this is bait."
"Why? Are you upset? Do you feel, triggered?" Sam J. Lance writes and says,
"You must be a blast at parties."
"Absolutely. Everyone knows that Cybermen are a blast of the party." I am also available for First Communions and Bar Mitzvahs. Joshua Bainbridge says,
You know, just because the announcer said no weapons doesn't mean that the ship has no weapon security. Jeez, lol. In what timeline have passengers been allowed weapons in a plane?
Were you even watching the same video? Go back and re-watch that video and then read your post. I will put a link in the description just for you. The Movie Man 91 wrote in,
This show has always had a left liberal philosophy, empathy, liberty, compassion, anti-authority, etc. If you can't handle Doctor Who being woke, then this show is just not for you.
always had a left liberal philosophy, like the time when the Doctor had to save the world from radical environmentalist, dogmatic left-wing authoritarians, not unlike yourself.
You have all waited long and patiently during the years of scorn and ridicule, the days when we were laughed at as cranks. Well, now a new and better future is almost within our grasp. A future in which we, the elite, will rule as is our right.
This next video comes in from Tommy Vance, who decided to write his next novel in response. As you can see, we are going to have to dissect this one just a little.
Right, okay, this can't actually be true, but I'm devilishly bored, so I'm gonna offer some rebuttals to your admittedly weak points. Also, quick side note, the episode is called The End of the World. I'm not often pedantic, but this really grates on me for some reason. Anyways, let's begin.
I don't believe you. I bet you are the quintessence of pedantic, the personification of pedantic.
As living, thinking humans with some grasp on the concept of science fiction and how they can differ to the here and now, we should safely say that religion would be an outdated idea, or an idea that has very much changed in the 5 billion or so years humanity has existed with its accompanying constructs of faith and belief. The prohibition of religion aboard Platform 1 reflects this. With a bunch of the universe, the most rich and famous, gathered to watch the Earth, veritable cornerstone of the expansive human empire, go up in flames. They wouldn't want people praying and groveling and so on. They'd watch the world end as a show of wealth, not out of respect.
I suppose you believe they put as much thought into the inclusion of Sauce Cell's tainted love? No, it was a cynical throwaway line by a progressive who thought he was being cute, much like you. After this, Tommy Boy took exception to my deleting the hangover comment saying,
Already clutching at straws? Leave some for the rest of us.
"Oh, you like straws, do you? But paper straws. Am I right? Am I right?"
With Rose being in her early 20s and asking her jokingly judgmental mum what day it is, it's bound to have some sort of reaction with Jackie. It's not mocking alcoholism or promoting drinking to children. It's what some would say in that scenario.
Yes, I see what you're saying there. It's kind of like the episode in the original series when Patrick Troughton got too sloshed to stand. Do you remember that episode? Neither do I. Then Tom Tom was near blowing his neural inhibitor by my not including James' comment about Rose and her relationship to the Doctor.
It's a joke. Pretty simple explanation. Also, later on in the Empty Child two-parter, the Doctor says how the boundaries of sexuality have been obliterated through human expansion. So many planets, so little time. And yeah, I'd say we would be able to copulate with aliens. It's nothing like fornicating with a dog. Most aliens shown in Who are human-like, with a mental complexity that allows for consent to be made, which is the main point around consummation of any sort of kind.
Well, say what you like about Tree Lady. Sure, she had Rose's number.
Show you. And your wife?
Well, she's not my wife.
Partner?
No.
Concubine?
No.
Prostitute?
Whatever I am, it must be invisible.
Next, Tom Thumbs Down decided to preach on how normalizing body dysphoria is no biggie.
This is a whole loaded can of worms, but I can safely say that trans people are people. There is no normalization of gender dysphoria, as you say. It's normalizing being whoever you really want to be in order to be happy. Trans-dashing rights.
Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't insert clapping hand emojis in between your halting speech just to complete the whole NPC mystique. And trans people are people? Yikes! Next time, please say something less boring, predictable, and tautological. The self-implicating phrase is self-implicating. Of course, trans people are people, but you don't see doctors cutting off limbs of people who believe that they should be quadriplegic or disabled if they suffer from body integrity dysphoria. Not satisfied, Tom Wokescold proceeded to give me a cultural lesson over a walk-on fictional alien.
Again, it's a blasted joke. Jay's a flipping alien, yet you talk of Earth's biology? She's from another world, you grown baby pudding! Who gives a flip about reading from some textbook? She's got vines that aren't supposed to be seen. Mayhaps a sexual comment, but also can simply be interpreted as a rude gesture to do in public, e.g. burping or pointing at somebody's face. You don't know their culture.
As his comments continue to go, you can tell he becomes more and more triggered by his language. Who knew that SJWs could get so sensitive over a fictional race? In his penultimate response, Tom waits in vain, takes umbrage at the deletion of Cassandra's boudoir details about her ex by saying,
Oh, good sweet baby peas. It's another joke. Funnily enough, went completely over my head when I was 5 years old, watching this in my living room. Also, in this context, Cassandra isn't a stranger. She's interacted with the Doctor and Rose on multiple occasions during the episode, but even if they hadn't, it would have been in her character to make such a joke with her selfishness, leading her to demeaning others, so she looks better than them.
The question is, though, why do it all in a kids' show? If RTD wanted to write sordid sexual fan fiction for an established children's property, why didn't he just do Thunderbirds? I find it unlikely that he wasn't fond of puppets. Lastly, Tommy One Tone is supremely offended at the removal of the dating comment.
Oh, thank goodness! The last one, and it's shockingly bad.
As all of your comments have proven.
And it's shockingly bad. Okay, first things first. It wasn't a date. It was a joke. Getting super tired of pointing that out. But you gotta persevere in life. People in a healthy, platonic relationship with any of their friends can make throwaway jokes like that. And there are obviously something blossoming between the Doctor and Rose. But it's still just a little joke, mate. Looking forward to hearing from you, X.
You say that you're getting tired of making your points, but you keep coming back. Thank you for giving me free rental space in that cavernous void you call your head. And thank you for your colorful, verbose, and punctuation-free insights, Mr. Tommy Vance. And our last comment of this video comes from Bradley Coke 15, who says,
Surely this is a joke.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
That is all that we have time for this episode of Remail, my cyber friends. Until next time, remember, all you progressives, NPCs, and SJWs out there in cyberspace, keep sending in your comments, and maybe one day, just one day, maybe you might be lucky enough to be mercilessly mocked in a future special episode of Doctor Who The Unwokening.